Welcome to this YouTube tutorial. Today we are going to be looking at a very important topic in mathematics, subject of formula. And as you can see on your screen, we are having up to 15 exercises here that I'm going to solve for you. And by the end of this tutorial, you should be able to solve something like this too. I'm going to give you some exercise that you are going to work on. Now to start with, let's read the question. For each of the following questions, make the letter in bracket the subject of formula. Let's start from the first one. The first one here is D minus A is equal to H, and the letter in bracket is A. So we are making A the subject of formula. D minus A is equal to H, and we are making A the subject of formula. So how do we start here? We start by rearranging the variables in this expression. Don't forget, we are making A the subject of formula. That is, we want A to remain at the left hand side. We want A only to remain at the left hand side. We want to remove this D. How do we do that? You should be familiar with the sign convention. Whenever you are moving a sign to the opposite side of the equal sign, this is the equal sign here, the sign will change. If the sign is a positive before, it's going to change to negative, and if it is negative before, it is changing to positive. Now let me rewrite the question. D minus A is equal to H. We are making A the subject of formula. How can I do this? I can start anywhere. I can decide to take this to the other side and bring it to the other side, and I can decide to take this to the other side and it will remain only A. Then because this is negative now, we make sure it become positive, and we have to multiply both sides by negative sign. But the approach I want to use here is this. I will first take this to the other side so that the negative sign here will change to positive sign. Now it will be D is equal to H plus A. Can you see it now? Since I'm making A the subject of formula, I'm going to rewrite this expression by taking everything here. I will bring it to the left hand side and everything here to the right hand side. It will be H plus A is equal to D. Don't forget, the basic approach here is to make A the only variable here or expression here. Therefore, I'm taking this to the other side. It will be A is equal to D minus H. The H is carrying a negative sign because it was positive sign here before. So whenever it crosses equal sign, the sign will change. And this is our answer. On to the second example, we have m into brackets a plus b all over n is equal to t, and we are making A the subject of formula. Now this is a fractional expression. How do we do that? We first make sure we change this to a linear expression by clearing the fraction. Don't forget, whenever you have expression like this, a number standing on its own, it's just mean over 1, because when you use 1 to divide that number, it still give the number or the variable or the expression, it still give you the same thing. So the one there is just to make everything balance. Now after doing like this, now what's next? We cross multiply to make this expression a linear expression. Now let's cross multiply. We use 1 to multiply everything here and use n to multiply t. If you use 1 to multiply everything here, it will be m into bracket a plus b is equal to t. If you n times t, it should be nt. And what is the next thing? We are making what the subject of formula. We are making A the subject of formula. We want A to be left here. Therefore, we divide through by m to clear this bracket. We have to divide all through by m. So it will be A plus B equal nt over m. And now at the left hand side, we are left with A plus B. We want A only to be left here. What will you do? you subtract b from both sides. Since it is positive sign, we are going to subtract. It will be a plus b minus b is equal to nt over m minus b. So this will cancel out, remain a equal to nt over m minus b, and that is our answer to the third question. R over x minus t equal n, and we are making x the subject of formula. Yes, just as we did here, we want to clear the fraction here and make it a linear expression. Just put 1 here over 1 over 1. Now we look for the LCM. What is the LCM of x1 and 1? The LCM of x1 and 1 is x. What will you do with that x? Multiply all the terms here with x. It will be x to bracket r over x minus x to bracket t over 1 equal x into bracket x over 1. So this x will cancel out. We are left with x here minus 1 in t is t minus x times t is xt equal 1 in n is n. X multiplied by n is xn. Now we have changed the fractional expression into linear expression, and don't forget we are making x the solid formula, but here we are having two n's. So what will you do? You collect the like terms, you take by all the x, you bring all the x to the other one side and take all the value that has no x to the other side. Now what I'm saying is this: let me take this to the other side. It will be left with r here, r equal xn. If we take this to the other side, the negative sign will change to positive sign plus xt. Now since I'm making x the solid formula, I'm taking the whole terms here to the left hand side and r here to the right hand side. It should become xn plus xt equal r. Now I'm going to factorize. Since I'm making x just single x is already the formula, I'm going to factorize it so that I will be left with only one x. Since x is common here, x is common here, I'm taking x out. X in xn, I'll be left with n plus x in xt, I'll be left with t equal r. Now you have to cross check here. If you are not used with subject of formula, since you are just starting now, you just need to cross check by using the outside element here to open the bracket again. If it gives you this, then you are right. Now let's just cross check. X times n is xn plus x times t is xc. So we are good to go. Now we are left with just only one x, and since the sign between the x and this bracket term is multiplication, we can divide both sides by x plus t, so that we'll be left with x here, x plus t all over s plus t. Now this will cancel out and we'll be left with x. So x is equal to r over x plus t, and that is our answer. Number 4, we are having square root x squared plus a all into bracket equal b, and we are asked to make x the subject of formula. How will you do that? The whole term here is having square roots. We need to clear the square root, and how do you do that? You will take the square of both sides, square both sides. This will cancel this, so we left with x squared plus a is equal to b squared. Now we are making x subject of formula, so we make sure there's only x that remain here. Therefore we are subtracting a from both sides, because a is having positive sign here, or in other words, you just subtract a or from the terms in the right hand side here and remove it from the left hand side. It will be x squared plus a, okay, let me do it this way, plus a minus a equal b squared minus a. Whenever you want to remove variable or a term, if that variable is having a positive sign in the left hand side and it is crossing to the right hand side, the positive sign will change to negative. And if the variable is carrying a negative sign before, when it crosses to the other side, it will change to positive sign. That is just the logic. Let me just give you a formula here. Positive, when it crosses, change to negative, and negative, when it crosses the equal sign, change to positive. Alright, let's continue from this place. X squared plus a equal b squared. We want to remove this so that we'll be left with only x squared here. Therefore, we are bringing this to the other side of the equal sign, and the positive sign is changing to what? Negative sign. So x squared equal b squared minus a. Since we are required to make just one x to solve the formula, we are going to take the square root of both sides. When you take the square root of both sides, these two will be removed. So we have x squared, I've taken the square root now, equal square root b square minus a. So the square will cancel the square root here, so we are left with x equal square root b square minus a, and that is our answer. Please check for the other series. For the other exercise we have in here, we still have from 5 to 15. Please like and subscribe.